Okay, welcome back, and this is the third lesson in a series of lessons on orthographic sketching. So in this lesson here we are going to be doing three orthographic views of this shaped block. Okay, so again it started as a rectangle, it's had a section cut out of it up at the top here, but in addition to that this time it's also had a section cut out of it at the front here. So when we think about this view, we're going to have our elevation, which is looking on the front here, like so. We're going to have our plan, looking down the top of it, and then we're going to have our end elevation, looking from the left, looking over here, like so. Okay, so once again, starting with a crate as my starting point for this one, so I'm just going to draw a horizontal line. I'm going to draw a vertical line at either side of the horizontal line. This one is a little bit taller than the last two have been, so this one, the rectangle, is taller than it was. So there is my basic shape to begin with. Now I'm going to try and add in this part here. Now I know again that this part here is approximately halfway up. So about halfway up I take a horizontal line going across my page, and then a little bit in from the end it comes down to meet, and again it is halfway in. So if I just draw a line for halfway would be, so I've got a line which comes down at an angle to there. So all I'm going to do is darken in the outline of this basic shape. Now that is my finished elevation of the visible part. Now there's actually still something that I can't see. I can't see this bit here, so I've got to indicate it. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait until I draw my plan view before I actually do that one. So I'm going to draw my plan view up above it, up here. So again, projecting away, use your projection lines from the view that you've just drawn. Draw lines up from all the points of interest. Choose a starting point for your plan view, and then decide upon the width of it, the thickness of it. Okay, so in this case, looking down on top, I am going to have a solid line going across here to represent where this corner takes place. I'm going to have a solid line here to represent where this corner takes place, and again a solid line at the end. I'll have dark lines at the side. Now this is where I'm now going to try and add in this part here. So again you can see if it comes in halfway, and the bit in the middle is narrower than the two sides. So I'm trying to work that into my sketch. So coming halfway, and just darkening that in, like so, like so. So there is my finished plan view of that object. Now what I'm going to do now is work backwards from my plan view back down to my elevation to be able to draw the hidden detail for this part here. So if I project it back down, so I've got this line, and then I add my hidden detail line in here that we learned about in lesson 2 to have my hidden detail for that view. So then we move on to the end elevation. So looking here onto the end like this, again I'm going to see this big sloping line going away from me. I'm going to see these two surfaces, and I'm going to see the part in the middle. So once again, project sizes. So I'm going to take my lines, project them all the way across because the heights are going to be the same. This is where I'm working using the horizontal technique. I'm going to choose my starting point for my end elevation, which is here, and then try and think about the width of this and trying to get it approximately the same size on my end elevation. Now think about what I can see here. So I can see the top, so I'll have that as a visible outline because I can see this edge here. This edge here I'll have dark because I can see this edge here, and the bottom I'll have dark because I can see this edge here, and I'll also be able to obviously see the two sides. So that's what I can visibly see at the moment. But other things that I can see looking on the end obviously is these two parts here. So I need to represent where they're taking place. So again, trying to get my spacing approximately correct, and then just darkening in my views. So I then have my 3 orthographic views of block 3. So again, get into the habit of labelling your views. Elevation is the first view. The view above that is the plan view, looking down on top of the elevation, and the view here is the end elevation, looking from the left. And that is the end of lesson 3, where I've shown you how to draw the 3 orthographic views of block 3.